Hello again, and welcome to week 6 of the OpShin Pioneer program. And this week will be about testing OpShin smart contracts. So in the previous weeks, we've gone through a lot of the techniques and kind of common patterns that appear when implementing smart contracts, both in terms of the on-chain code and also on the off-chain side. So we already know how to build basic smart contracts. But then one thing that is, of course, very critical in smart contract development, maybe even more than in other areas of software development, is to ensure correctness, right? Because that's exactly the point of a smart contract. Sometimes for example, when people implement decentralized finance protocols, then there's millions at stake. Like there could be some some pools where people lock ADA or other tokens, and it critically relies on the smart contract being correct, because otherwise maybe someone could just unlock the whole thing. Yeah, which we must prevent. So there is actually, I guess, a long history of such incidents actually happening. Luckily, not so much on Cardano, but on other blockchains. So this week we want to focus on testing, and I guess testing is one important way to convince oneself of the correctness of a contract. And this we will, of course, focus particularly on OpShin. So yeah, I guess one of the advantages of OpShin being a Python-like language is maybe first of all that it's somewhat easy to read, so that already should make it a bit harder for bugs or vulnerabilities to hide. But the second advantage is also that there do exist already, very widely used testing frameworks for Python, and those can also be used to test our contracts. So in the following lectures, we will sort of go a bit into these topics, and we will start in the next lecture by basically introducing what we call the mock environment that can be used to simulate the blockchain state. So you see when we have a validator, it takes usually as input and uses the script context, right? So of course, if we submit the transaction on chain, this context will come from the actual state of the chain, but we might not want to, every time we want to test something, actually submit to the blockchain. So it's very useful to have kind of a simulated blockchain. We will see this will become more clear when we look at it, but this will help us to run many tests easily without actually interacting at all with any sort of even testnet chain. And then in the lecture after that, we will just build some simple unit tests to get familiar with how things can be done. And then we will move on to a bit more sophisticated property test, where we use a hypothesis, which is kind of a frequently used Python framework for doing this kind of tests, and we can directly use it for our contracts, which is very, very convenient. And then to finish off this week, we will have a quite interesting homework challenge as well. So we will actually give you a smart contract that maybe at first glance looks somehow correct, looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it actually has a very critical issue, and we want you to write some tests that uncover the issue basically, and see how we can fix it as well. Okay, so yeah, I think this will be, we will not necessarily learn new techniques for implementing contracts, but we will make sure we improve somehow our understanding of the correctness and how to ensure the correctness, which is equally important. So see you in the next lecture.